Soft hospital lights flickered through the glass doors. Rain whispered against the windows. Inside, the faint beep of heart monitors filled the silence that a young woman, Amira, sat on the hospital bed, one hand gently resting on her pregnant belly. She looked weak but peaceful until her phone buzzed. A text appeared. "You don't deserve him. He should have been mine." Her smile faded. The rain outside grew heavier. She whispered, "Not tonight. Please, not now." But fate had other plans. Minutes later, the sound of hurried footsteps echoed in the hospital hallway. A nurse tried to stop a furious woman from entering. Sarah, the mistress, her eyes were full of rage and heartbreak. She stormed toward Amira's room, shouting, "You ruined my life, Amira." Amira flinched, clutching her belly. The nurse intervened. "Ma'am, please, she's expecting." But Sarah's words cut deeper than any weapon. Her voice trembled as she cried, "You think he loves you? He told me he was leaving you." Amira's eyes welled up. Her heart raced, not from fear, but from sadness. The truth unraveled painfully. Sarah wasn't just a jealous woman. She was broken. She'd been lied to, promised love by Amira's husband, Adil, who now hid somewhere, too cowardly to face the chaos he created. Sarah whispered through her tears, "He said you were cold, that you didn't care. I gave him everything." Amira's voice cracked as she replied, "I cared so much I almost lost myself." Both women fell silent. Two hearts betrayed by the same man, both victims of his deceit, but the tension didn't fade. Sarah stepped closer, bitterness rising again. "He's mine now." "You're just—" She stopped when a deep, calm voice echoed from the door. The door opened. In stepped an older man, dressed in a dark suit, quiet, composed, eyes sharp with authority. Everyone froze. Amira whispered, "Baba?" It was Colonel Rahim, Amira's father, a retired army officer known for his stern presence and kind heart. He looked at Sarah, then at his trembling daughter. In one slow step, he moved closer to Sarah. His tone was steady, but it carried the weight of decades of discipline. "Young lady, hospitals are places of healing, not hatred." Sarah's voice faltered. "You don't understand," Rahim interrupted softly. "I understand betrayal. But not everything broken must break others." The room fell silent. Sarah lowered her eyes, her anger shaking into guilt. Moments later, Adil appeared at the doorway, drenched from the rain. He looked at his father-in-law, then at the two women whose lives he'd shattered. No one spoke for a long time. Only the sound of the heart monitor filled the air. Then Rahim turned to him and said quietly, "Men aren't measured by how many hearts they win, but by how many they don't destroy." Adil's shoulders slumped. Sarah wiped her tears. Amira looked away, broken but dignified. Rahim continued, "You brought shame into this room, not through mistake, but through choice. Now you'll live with that choice." Adil had no defense. His silence was his confession. The next morning, Adil signed the separation papers quietly. No shouting, no drama, just the quiet acceptance of a man who finally saw the cost of his choices. Sarah apologized to Amira, whispering, "I didn't know. I'm so sorry. I thought you were my enemy." Amira smiled weakly. "We were both lied to. The real enemy was deceit." Rahim placed a gentle hand on Sarah's shoulder. "Go live differently, child. Don't let bitterness write your story." For the first time, Sarah smiled, faintly, but honestly. Later, as sunlight streamed into the hospital room, Rahim sat beside Amira. He held her hand gently. "You're stronger than you think," he said softly. "Some storms come to wash away the weak roots, so stronger ones can grow." Amira leaned her head against him, her eyes filled with tears. She whispered, "Will my child ever know peace after all this?" Rahim smiled. "Your child will grow up knowing truth, and that's the purest kind of peace." The camera pans out. The rain had stopped. Outside, the clouds broke into soft golden light. In life, we often meet people who hurt others not out of evil, but out of their own pain. But it takes true strength to end the cycle, to choose forgiveness over fury. Because kindness isn't weakness. It's the courage to heal when you have every reason to hate. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Whispers of Reality so that more people remember every heart can heal. If given kindness, what would you do if kindness was the only way to win?